something even more special is the non-verbal part of communication. Students not only learn from what teachers say, also from how they speak, their tone, and their body language.
These details go unnoticed in virtual classes, but make a significant difference in understanding and behavior. And this is confirmed by a study by Education Week, which reported that 74% of students say that they felt more connected to teachers in person than online. And this is honestly a high percentage, which encourages us to choose in-person learning. Moreover, classrooms are better for staying focused. In home, distractions are everywhere. Phones, noise, and the comfort of being on your own space. But in school, the setting is structured and designed to help students concentrate and stay on task. And let's not forget how hands-on activities enhance learning, whether it's a science lab, a group assignment, or a class presentation. These experiences make lessons more easy, more real, and easier to understand. In conclusion, while online education can be helpful supplements, it cannot replace the richness and depth of traditional classrooms. It is the personal interactions, the structured environments, and the hands-on activities that make A-class education so effective and valuable. That's why I and many others stand proudly in support of traditional learning. Thank you for your kind attention.
And introduce these experiences, this experience. Yes, I have the plan.
She's not talking generally about experiences I'm experiencing teaching, but something as a class
What kind of thinking is it very way to justify knowledge experience? Really good.
I learned the three experiences with my first one when I acquired the down. So I want to have so the research method theater, food, social media experience, she started specifically about experience that recognized, as she mentioned, probably. But I was the pronunciation of experience. Yeah.
Experience is very nice. It's something I'm saying. Some wonderful that. Really, I think my we don't have this at all. And guys, what are you doing? 500 now. How are you, Sabah? I'm good. That's all right. Okay. So, thank you for living. Hello, Barak. See you when you want. I said, we're going to. Hello. Thank you, which in case you can. لا ما يعرف ليش خليني كذا خليني كذا احنا عشان ما عليك باي انا اللي من باي تجوريني اتحدى كذا لا عديني واحد اثنين تلقيني حسيت الايباد باين شوي أبي لو وادي أسود والله What?
Photos with your values. This is the okay, that's fine. Yes. Just focus. We want to send
بس ألبس لو كنت بريء يعني ما ضيف أنا لا أصير ما أستخدم برضه استخدم مثلا زي كذا أيوة أصور قبل هذا شيء يجي هنا وأنا أبغى أشيل المنطقة الأكثر تصير بالميوزك اسم المس هيك أحس إجازات سيدي
because
وحتى لو لفيت هناك خلاص تختفي دائما يتكلموا جاي سوي نفسه مصيبة بس وأنا نصلت شوية كذا خرجت تخرجي من البلد تسوي كذا فرح بس تخشي فرح بس تسوي كذا احتاج نفسي تعال كذا طيب ايوه فرح بنتي كانت تسوي
he was about I think everyone and I'm feeling one of the things we say about what makes the difference they're looking for appropriate days for life education, especially when it comes to class. Students are not just studying subjects, they are deeply heard and understood. This emotional connection is one of the most powerful strengths of traditional education. Let me start with teachers and the teacher relationship. Students can, teachers can bring our expression when we are confused, anxious, or simply having a good day. And they can accept and everything with kind words, portion, or I guess, explanation. This is a small gesture has changed students' whole experience and motivation. Behind every academic success, there is often teacher who believe in us who we didn't believe in ourselves.
Classrooms also bring strong sense of community. Students don't feel left out behind the screen. They supported by
Good evening, everybody. Can you guys hear me? You guys are muted, by the way.
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. There you go. Hello. How's it going? Okay. Before we start, I just wanted to double check, make sure mics are working. We can hear you guys clearly. So if you guys don't mind, just give me a very quick, brief introduction, each and every single one of you, so I can assess how the mics are.
Yes, so everyone say anything, everyone, before I start. Hello. Raise your voice if I don't know.
Hello.
Yes.
Give me a little bit more than that.
Say hi.
Lina.
Hello.
Raise your voice, Lina.
Hello.
Yes, Mahmoud.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Speak naturally, guys. Give me like a sentence. Speak naturally.
Let's say something. Yes. Let's introduce yourself.
My name is Farah. Can you hear me?
Nice to meet you, Farah. Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you.
Mr. James, say some sentences happen with it. They want to make sure that you are helped out. Yes.
Okay, my name is Jane Makki.
Pleasure meeting you, Lujane. Okay, I can hear you. All right, next.
My name is Lina.
Pleasure meeting you, Lena. Okay, next.
Hello, my name is Mahmoud. I am a student at English Academy.
Your voice is a little low, Mahmoud. Can you turn it up a little bit?
Hello, my name is Mahmoud. I am a student at Effat English Academy.
All right, keep that same tone in the debate, okay? So we can all hear you. All right, next.
I give you a top standard because this is far. This one is nearer to the hydrogen. This one is far. Have a go. So understand. I think it would be better. Okay, can you stand here, Mahmoud, and say something?
Hello, my name is Mahmoud. I am at Effat English Academy.
Is it better now, Ahmed?
Can you hear me?
Try sitting down and saying that again.
Okay. Hello, my name is Mahmoud. I am a student at Effat English Academy.
It's better when you're sitting down. Don't stand up.
Okay. Raise your voice.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Hello, my name is Lamar. Can you hear me?
Pleasure meeting you, Lamar. Yes. Okay. What do you think, Dr. Samir? I can hear them pretty well. You're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, I think we can hear them well, yes.
Nice.
Dima, let's ask people online. Guys, can you hear your colleagues over there well enough? Fine enough? Dima and Sarah and everybody else?
I can hear them, but I think there was some echo.
Mhm.
There's a little bit of echo, but that's a room thing. It's going to be hard to remedy.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah. Can you guys turn the lights on?
Yes, on or off?
It's dark over there. It's a little bit dark over there, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's much better.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, maybe for that.
Yeah, this is much better, yes. Okay, so can we test those online, Ahmed?
Yeah, please. All right.
Yeah, okay. Dima, can you say something? And we would like people, our colleagues at Effat University to tell us whether their voices come through or not. Yalla, Dima, go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Dima from the Arab Open University.
No,
I'm
Dima,
third
can
year
you raise your
English
voice? Malish, your voice is a little bit. I know you're tired and everything. Yeah, it has been a long day. Yeah.
Hello everyone, my name is Dima. I'm a student from Arab Open University, Riyadh branch, third year English student. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Dima. Colleagues at Effat, can you guys hear Dima clearly? I don't even think they hear me clearly.
I think they're doing something else. Let's
That's
give them
okay.
the benefit of the doubt. Guys, can you hear? Did you hear Dima well enough? Dima, can you come again? Can you say whatever you have said earlier?
Hello,
again?
everyone. Hello, everyone from Effat University. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, just give us a thumbs up if you can hear her clearly.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Right,
Nice to
perfect.
meet you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dima, so much. Nagwa, how about you?
Yes, hello everyone. It's a pleasure to
Hello.
be here with you all today. I hope you can all
Pleasure to
hear
see
me clearly.
Yeah, sure.
Just double
I think we
checking. Can you
can-
guys hear her?
Najwa?
Yes, can everyone hear me well?
Mm.
Okay.
Ahmed, we're now, and we have done a little tweaking. We're now 6, not 5. Each team has 6 people now.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay.
Should.
So why do you think it's better to join our computer game?
If they spoke, they will be speaking to their phone and everybody will be listening. We can keep everything on the given status on access. But there's not that I will wait for the speakers to have their, for the judges to have their comment or something. We can also operate this, but then they can have the speakers to their highlights.
I don't know how this is helpful.
That's a better idea.
I can't use my computer. I'll make it mute. Okay.
Or another idea, rather than everyone else signing in.
So you will use yours, whether you put your mobile, whatever. You make it mute also. As even if you don't have computer, you can still have.
a much better and efficient idea would be to log in into your computer. We keep everything on mute and we pass it to the next.
Okay, okay, no problem.
What do you think? Is it like everyone will speak one by one or? we will-
Yes.
One by one, right? We will be.
It is going to be one by one, guys. Yes, it is going to be one by one.
It's okay.
So AOU team, can we have your cams on, please?
Yes.
So who's going to be the first?
They have one of them will take the introduction, then we will start, then the other group will start after this. They can hear us.
All right, everybody. Good evening. Before we start, I'd just like to let it be known that we will not be using scripts for this exercise. So this debate is AOU's team will not be using scripts, and I expect Effat University to do the same. Okay. Just give me a thumbs up if you guys have heard me loud and clear. Okay. All right. So I'd like to start by welcoming you all to tonight's exciting debate between Effat University and Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia. My name is Ahmed, and I'm going to be your moderator for tonight's debate. We are all thrilled to have you all here, both in person and online. We're also honored to have three esteemed judges with us here tonight. We have Dr. Rania Yaqub, who is an assistant professor and vice dean at the Kuwait campus of Arab Open University. We also have Dr. Sina Maherzi, who is an assistant professor in the General Education Department at Effat University. And last but not least, Ms. Mashal al-Sheikh, who is an English language and literature lecturer at the Riyadh campus of Arab Open University. So I'd like to start this off with an introduction from both teams. I'd like each speaker from Effat University to please go ahead and introduce yourselves for us.
Good evening, respected judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. My name is Farah from Syria, and I'm a student at Effat English Academy in Jeddah.
Good evening, distinguished judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. My name is Lujain Makki from Palestine, and I am a student at Effat English Academy in Jeddah.
Good evening, esteemed judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. My name is Lina, and I'm a student at Effat English Academy.
Good evening, distinguished judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. My name is Mahmoud, and I am a student at Effat English Academy in Jeddah.
Good evening, distinguished judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. My name is Lamar, and I am from Saudi Arabia, and I am a student at Effat English Academy in Jeddah.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hadid Mohammed. I'm a student at Effat English Academy.
All right, pleasure meeting you all. And Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia, please go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Najwa Rifai. I'm from Syria, and I'm currently enrolled in the English Language and Literature Bachelor's Degree program. Pleasure to meet you all.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Mahmoud. I'm from Sudan. I'm a student in the Faculty of English Studies in AOU. I'm studying in the Riyadh branch.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hind Machouk, and I study English literature. It's nice to.
Good evening, judges and fellow debaters. My name is Lamaz Shakir. I major in English literature in the Dammam branch of Arab Open University and in the Dammam branch, yes. So thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariam Abu Said. I study at AOU, the Dammam branch, and I also study English language and literature.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dima, and also a third-year English student at AOU Riyadh branch. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure meeting you guys. Okay, so I'd also like to say thank you to our audience and viewers for joining us tonight. Your presence and engagement are greatly appreciated. So let's proceed with the debate rules and regulations. As you all know, the motion for today's debate is which is better, traditional classroom learning or online learning? Effat University will argue in favor of traditional face-to-face classroom learning, while Arab Open University will advocate for online learning. Each speaker will have a specific time limit to present their arguments. Speaker 1 from Effat University will introduce the value of traditional face-to-face learning in no more than 4 minutes. Speaker 1 from Arab Open University will highlight the value of online learning in no more than 4 minutes. Speakers 2 to 5 from both teams will address specific aspects of the debate, with each speaker allowed no more than 3 minutes. Speaker 6 from Effat University will summarize their team's arguments in favor of traditional face-to-face learning in no more than 4 minutes. And finally, Speaker 6 from Arab Open University will summarize their team's arguments in favor of online learning in no more than 4 minutes. I just want everyone to remember that you can refute the arguments of the speaker that came before you as long as mutual respect is maintained throughout the debate. I wish both teams the best, and I hope this debate is both entertaining and informative for everyone. So without any further ado, let's get started with Speaker 1 from Effat University.
It's an honor to stand before you today and present my position in support of traditional in-class education. While online learning offers flexibility, I firmly believe that traditional education is more effective because it encourages real human interaction, which is a very important part of the learning process. In a real classroom, students can ask questions and can engage directly with teachers and collaborate with peers through group works. These interactions not only deepen understanding, but also help build confidence, enhance communication, and critical thinking skills. A 2019 Gallup poll found that 70% of students felt more motivated in physical classrooms, thanks to their teachers and classmates. I have seen this myself. I remember one of my classmates who really struggled with physics during online learning. She couldn't grasp the concepts through the screen. But once we returned to the classroom, asking questions and doing experiments, everything finally clicked for her. That's the power of real hands-on learning. Moreover, the structure and routine of classroom learning promote good habits. With fixed schedules, students are able to manage their time, stay focused, and develop a sense of responsibility, qualities that are often difficult to maintain when learning alone at home. Finally, traditional classrooms support educational equity. Not everyone has fast internet, a personal device, or a quiet place to study. Whereas schools provide a fair space, supportive space where all students have an equal opportunity to succeed. And I would like to conclude by saying that while technology is a valuable tool, but it should enhance education, not replace it. Human connection, structure, and face-to-face interaction are what make learning truly effective and meaningful. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. All right. Now, speaker one from Arab Open University, go ahead.
Okay, is my voice clear to everyone?
We can hear you.
Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow opponents, esteemed judges, and honorable audience. I'd like for us to take a moment and imagine the following scenario. A teenager living in a village in India, a full-time employee in London, and a mother in Brazil, all sitting in the comfort of their respective homes, yet all being lectured by a Harvard professor via online courses. No classroom walls that could constrain them or limit their abilities, no transportation or temporary migration. This is not a vision of the future, it is the reality of online learning in today's world. We stand before you today not to argue the relative merits of two learning models, but to address profound implications of advancement, equity, and the future of knowledge on the global level. Our motion for this evening is whether online learning is preferable to traditional learning, and being the opposition side, we wholeheartedly affirm it. Initially, this seems to be a convenience or a technology debate, but it is actually one that deals with deeper matters such as accessibility, exclusivity, innovation, flexibility, and evolution because education has never remained stationary. For instance, we have evolved from chalkboards to whiteboards and now to smartboards, from libraries to virtual archives. Our means of learning have always progressed. So today, we are on the brink of another tremendous transformation from the physical classroom to virtual classes. It is not just a technical revolution, it is economic and cultural as well. It raises vital questions, such as should education be confined to the physical institutions and a fixed schedules, or should it be dynamic and accessible to everyone, regardless of geography, income, or other circumstances? And more specifically, we must ask ourselves, are we teaching students for the world and expectations of our future, or the world of the past? The 21st century requires more than just memorization. It requires skills such as digital literacy, problem solving, creativity, collaboration, and quick adaptation to various situations. Online learning, therefore, by its definition, promotes those skills. It also places students in the center of digital tools, encourages independent thought, and unites students from diverse cultures and areas of the world. Online learning, as we all know, was initially a response to the coronavirus pandemic. However, its benefits proved to be sufficient for our society. It is a powerful innovation that is the reality of a global generation. It equips individuals with the skills that they will need to become successful. So let us be clear. We are not here to claim that traditional learning has no value. On the contrary, it has shaped generations and built institutions that still serve us well today. But we must ask what is better, not what is traditional. What serves more people in more ways that are suited to the 21st century skills with a more lasting impact. And with that, we believe that online learning not only keeps pace, but very often exceeds traditional education on the metrics that truly matter. So today, we don't just argue in favor of online learning. We support a future where education is more equitable, inclusive, and effective. A future that is already here and it is online. It is time to embrace such a positive change. So, as we commence this debate, we invite you all to listen critically, think deeply, and consider not just what education has been, but what it can become. Thank you.
Thank you, Najwa. All right, on to speaker two from Effat University. Go ahead.
Good evening, distinguished judges, fellow debaters, and audience members. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. I strongly support traditional in-classroom learning. While online learning has its place, it lacks one essential element that real classrooms offer, which is a structured human focused environment that supports that supports not only academic growth, but also personal development. Let me begin with the foundation of traditional learning, which is structure. Classrooms are built around clear rules, schedules, and routines. This may sound simple, but it plays a crucial role in shaping students' habits. Being in physical classroom every day, being in classrooms every day teaches the students time management, responsibility, and self-discipline. These not just school skills; they are life skills vital in university, the workplace, and beyond. Unlike online learning, which often depends on student self-control. The second powerful advantage of traditional learning is social learning and collaboration. In classrooms, students not just learn from textbooks or slides, they learn from each other. Class group projects, class discussions, and peer learning teach communication, teamwork, and respect for different perspectives. These soft skills are critical in any future career. You can't learn how to work on a team or resolve a disagreement by typing on a screen. You need real people and real interaction. The US Department of Education reported that in 2019, the graduation rate for students in full-time virtual schools was 50%, compared to 84% for traditional public schools. Finally, let's talk about the direct teacher's response. In a classroom, teachers can sense if students are struggling. They can both re-explain, offer examples, and modify their methods. This personal support simply cannot be replicated by recorded videos or automated platforms. The teacher's encouragement and real-time guidance make a huge difference in how well students learn and feel supported. To conclude, traditional classrooms provide more than just knowledge. It offers structure, social development, and personal guidance. These elements come together to form a complete educational experience, one that prepares the students not only to pass exams, but to succeed in life. And thank you for listening.
Thank you. All right. Speaker 2 from Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia. Please go ahead.
After hearing my opponent's argument, I have many counter arguments to give. First of all, I noticed that they paid a lot of attention to face-to-face interaction. While it is true that students need to interact with one another so they could learn how to communicate with others and be motivated, online education also has that. It may even be better as online learning allows the students to interact with people all around the world. They see people from places they never come across locally. They learn from people from diverse backgrounds, peers from other places, and professors with new new information to give. I want my opponents to understand that while it may be true that seeing your peers in person is important, you need to pay attention to students who struggle with making it to school. For example, students with physical disabilities and mobility issues struggle to make it to school on a daily basis. Some students also have busy schedules, such as parents and employed individuals. They're unable to make it to their universities on a daily basis, which is why online learning is more convenient for such individuals. Online learning puts puts all kinds of people into mind, which makes it accessible to everybody. While I heard one of my opponents mention that not everyone has access to technology, I want them to also notice that not everyone has access to physical schools. Many people live very far away from them, and online learning allows them to get an education. Finally, I want my audience to understand that online learning is not a replacement. It's a tool. A traditional classroom education is still very valuable, but we must move forward. We can't stick with traditions just for comfort. Online learning advances as quickly as technology, and we must recognize that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sara. All right, speaker 3, Effat University. Go ahead.
I'm Mahmoud. My name is Mahmoud, and I am a student at Effat English Academy. I'm honored to speak with you today to highlight a powerful reason why I am strongly support traditional in-class learning. In-class learning provides something essential that online learning often lacks, which is the power of a human connection through non-verbal communication. In physical classroom, student learning is not just about what the teacher says, it's also about how they say it. We observe facial expression, gestures, tone of voice, and body language. These signs help us absorb information more naturally and deeply, so they give life to listen. For example, if a teacher really loves the topic, we can feel their excitement. They make the class more fun and makes us want to join in. Also, if a teacher slow their speech or change their tone, we can naturally know that there's something important is being said. These small emotional signs help us to focus and understand things better. We also connect with the classmates by being together. We notice each other's feeling like confusion and excitement, and this helps us to work better as a team. Also, small actions like nods and raised hands can help us to build a kind of helpful classroom. A study conducted by Harvard University in 2018 concluded that social interaction in traditional class learning improves students' ability to collaborate and communicate effectively. Those skills are less developed in online learning. So online platforms, no matter how advanced, they cannot replicate this human layer of education. A screen cannot show you a full version of anything. Also, a chat box cannot replace the eye contact or even the feeling of being understood in real time. In conclusion, traditional classrooms do more than deliver they deliver emotion, expressions, and connection. They help us to not just understand the fact, but also understand the feeling behind the learning. This makes education more engaging, more personal, and more effective. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mahmoud. All right, speaker 3, AOU, you're up.
While I do, first of all, hello everyone. While I do appreciate my opponent's opinion, I still believe that online learning is far better than traditional classroom learning because it breaks geographical, financial, and institutional barriers. Thanks to the internet, world-class education is now available to anyone, anywhere. You don't have to be accepted into an elite university or even live near one to learn from the best. And for example, Yale University offers full lecture series for free on YouTube. These are the same lectures taught to Ivy League students, but now accessible to the public regardless of their income or location. Those said lectures cover different topics from philosophy to physics and so on. In addition, there are also platforms like Coursera, edX, and FutureLearn that could offer top top content from top institutions. Many of these courses, the said courses are free or low cost. And regarding academic credibility, there are also proctored exams that are used in different institutions all around the world. These platforms are introduced in platforms like ProctorU and Examity. They offer credibility and they go through strict ID checks, webcam monitoring, and plagiarism tools. They're important for credibility and to also to show that students are prevented from cheating and so on. And most importantly, online learning also reaches people who live in remote and rural areas, people who have little to no access to higher education, for example, due to distance or lack of transportation or political conflict. Whether you are a mother living in a like far away from campus or a teenager in a remote village with internet access, online learning can give you or like give you a seat in that global classroom. In short, online learning is not an alternative, but a lifeline that that gives opportunity for everyone to have access to online education and to be more affordable and borderless. Thank you.
Thank you, Hind. All right, speaker 4, Effat University, you're up.
I'm really looking forward to contributing to today's debate and hearing your perspectives as well. Firstly, traditional classroom learning is often characterized by direct instruction, standardized curricula, and in-person interaction. Offers several advantages like structured learning environments, opportunities for social development, and direct feedback from teachers. Evidence suggests that these features can foster students' engagement, build crucial life skills, and improve academic performance. One strong advantage of traditional classroom learning is the wide range of resources that they offer. Students have direct access to textbooks, learning materials, and technologies that enrich their educational experience. Studies show that such access significantly improves learning outcomes, especially in subjects that requires hands-on practice or specialized equipment. For example, facilities like libraries, science labs, and computer labs give students the opportunity to engage deeply with the content and explore their interests beyond the standard curriculum. This confirms that the lack of internet access has a strong effect to learning process. A 2021 researcher survey found that 15% of the US students they do not have high-speed internet access, so which affect them negatively in their learning process. Another key benefit of traditional classrooms is their strong focus on preparing students in standardized tests, an essential skill for college admissions or many careers paths. For instance, teachers often prepare a lot of practice skills, exams, quizzes, and also regular assessments into their teaching. This not only helps students to know about the test formats, but it helps their test-taking confidence over time. Research supports this approach, showing that Traditional methods like memorizations and rote learning can be particularly effective in boosting standardized test, uh, test performance. In conclusion, traditional learning it's become more and more important day by day. So it is play a vital role in shaping grounded with academically prepared individuals. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you. All right. Speaker 4 from AOU, please go ahead.
Yes, hello everyone. With all due respect to my fellow debater, our generation is often referred to and called digital natives. Technology and online learning is not going anywhere. It doesn't even have an expiration date. Through 2010, 2005, 2020, the psychology foundation in both the US and the UK have published not one, not two, but 5 studies that prove that online learning have boosted the scores of online students up to 30% in both, and both subjects are valid, and there are a lot of.
Lamaz, can you repeat that? Sorry, your voice was cutting out a little bit.
Okay, so the Psychology Foundation, both the US and the UK have studies that prove that online students have surpassed traditional students up to 30% in both math and reading. Both of these two subjects require attention, a lot of focus, handwriting effort. I confirms.
Effat, can you mute your mics, everyone, at Effat University, please?
We cannot hear you.
Just go ahead and mute your mics, please, when no one's talking, so we can hear the rest of the people.
Just this is not maybe should hear this. I cannot.
Yeah. All right, Lamas, you can keep going.
Okay. So that only proves to us that a future that has a classroom without walls and a schedule without bills and a learning experience that travels with us anywhere and anytime is not only a futuristic fantasy. It is actually what online learning is today. In the many aspects that online learning is surpassing traditional learning, one of these important aspects is personalization. Students who struggle with anxiety and public speaking have shown to reach their full potential by online learning. That is only because online learning technology tools offers a personalization level to each student. It's like having a personalized tutor to each student. And that said, the US Department of Education in 2010 have published over 1,000 studies throughout the years of and from 2010 until now that proves why is online learning surpassing all of the traditional classrooms and traditional students. What we have today is an opportunity to lead us as a society into where do we want our students to get. Do we want all those shy students and anxious students who are afraid to speak out loud in a classroom to not reach their potential? Are we heading towards a future where there is no technology? In a rapidly evolving world where technology is everywhere, education that holds our society into the highest level should not be stuck in the past. It should be evolving as much as our world around us. And that is why online learning is not only better than traditional learning, it is surpassing it and it is essential. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Lamas.
Excuse me, I would like to add a few comments, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
I noticed that our opponents put a lot of emphasis on the necessity of hands-on learning. I want them to recognize that technology is so advanced that things such as AR and VR exist. Virtual labs and AR allow students online to simulate the experience of a traditional classroom. Therefore, it includes everyone, not only students who can be there physically. It also, to support my teammates' point, not only students who struggle with anxiety are helped by online learning, also students with intellectual disabilities, students who struggle with disorders such as autism and ADHD have a hard time keeping up with their peers. Traditional schools force everyone to learn at the same pace, but online learning allows it to be personalized for every student's needs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. All right. Would anybody like to rebuttal that from FA University?
I'm honored to speak with you today. I'm honored to speak with you today about why I believe traditional in-class learning is more effective than online education, especially when it comes to emotional support. In classroom, students are not just learn about subjects, they hear and say and understood. This emotional connection is one of the most powerful strengths of traditional learning. Let me start with the teacher-student relationship. Teacher can read our expression when we are confused, anxious, or simply having a tough day. They can step in immediately with kind words or kind words, encouragement, or an extra explanation. This is small gesture can change students' whole experience and motivation. Behind every academic success, there is often teacher believing in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. Classrooms also create a strong sense of community. Students don't feel left out behind the screen. They supported by peers who share their journey. We laugh together, solve problems together, and support each other through the difficult times.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you for just 1 second. Your voice is a little far away. Can you switch seats to the far, I believe that's my left on your screen, just so we can hear you a little bit better.
The social bonds builds confidence and belief that can be measured in a test, but it's essential for personal growth. Now, think of online learning. Can be convenient, yes, but many students feel alone in teams and disconnected. No eye contact, no real-time encouragement, and no sense of presence. That emotional distance affects not just how much we learn, but also how we feel about learning. In a world where mental health and motivation are as important as academic contact, UNICEF in 2021 reported that more than 60% of countries where students learn online, students said that their mental health is got worse, and this is a large percentage. So that's why traditional classrooms provide a human safety net that no app or platform can replace. To conclude, traditional learning is not about boxes or lectures. It's about people. It's about someone who can notice you when you are not okay, someone to cheer you on, and classmates who remind you you are not alone. That emotional support is what makes traditional learning extremely powerful And that's why I stand in full support it. Thank you.
All right.
May I
Thank you.
rebuttal?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'd like to re-emphasize the emotional aspect that the opponent side have been stressing on in the past point. We need to also take into consideration that the emotional aspect is highly regarded even in online learning because teachers are often available during office hours and also outside of the office hours. They are available via WhatsApp, telephone calls, or even emails. They can rearrange meetings, which are flexible for both sides in order to meet up, research something, reevaluate something, and discuss other matters that relate to the educational field. Also, we'd like to re-emphasize that that online learning does not inhibit the interaction between students or other colleagues in an educational institution. Although they might be far away from each other, even by thousands of miles, they can also share a connection. They can form friendships via also, as we've mentioned, online access by talking through WhatsApp, messaging, and other communication models. Thank you.
Thank you, Najwa.
Add a point, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so in general, we focus in our environment in two social aspects, that is the house, the home you're growing in, and the school. In Japan, which is, as we all know, is a very evolved country, they made a study in 2019, which is even before Corona, that proves that depending on your social life in school can actually cause more harm. Because when you are depending on two aspects of social skills, you're eventually going to be longing to that experience with a classroom. But in fact, that is not what a reality life is all about. You have to engage with everyone at any state, at any level, not only the people that you made friends with in school. That is why, as adults grow up, a lot of them who peaked in high school or elementary school or middle school, they've found a lot of trouble into evolving more in a regular society because it is just not helpful for you to depend on your social life in school. And if we're going to talk about the emotional support that you get from online learning, you actually are ending all of the bullying because in online learning, there is no such thing as cyberbullying. Cyberbullying can only happen outside of your learning, and that is just a completely different problem. That is not what we're talking about today. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I have some.
Yes, please. I was about to ask. Would anyone like to rebuttal that from Effat University?
I believe what Najwa said, online learning offers flexibility. But what about students who do not have a personal device or even a fast internet?
Yes. This is a question for
Can I
you.
Go ahead.
I
believe she's asking one of you guys.
I don't know if she's asking me or Najwa.
I asked Najwa.
Up for grab.
Okay.
Up for grabs, everyone.
Whoever would like to
grabs.
join in. Yeah.
I think I can answer her questions. Students
Go
who
ahead,
don't
Dima.
have, what happens to students who don't have internet access is the same that happened to students who cannot afford to commute to school or to buy school outfits or school supplies. There are children everywhere around the world who can't access neither online nor in-person education. And children like that should be helped, but they can't be.
Hold on, Dima. Can you guys not hear us?
Dima, let's rewind it, Dima. We can't hear you.
Okay, I will raise my voice.
Yes, go
Is it
ahead.
better?
Go ahead. Let's see if they hear us.
Okay, I was saying what happens to children who do not have internet access is the same that happens to children who cannot afford to commute to school nor buy school uniforms or school supplies. Everywhere around the world who are children who unfortunately and sadly deprived of the right to education, but that just can't be helped. And it's not a problem specific to online learning. There are children who cannot afford any kind of learning everywhere around the world. Also, another point I would like to add, if you'd allow me, is that the
Go ahead.
majority of the study that the opponents team used to testify that online learning affects mental health negatively, most of these studies were done from 2020 to 2021. This period was during the corona pandemic, which had very bad effects on everyone's mental health because we were all locked up at home. So not only students struggled during coronavirus, but so did everyone. Also, I think if the same studies were conducted on online learners today, and where online learners had time to adapt to online learning under normal circumstances, I think the results would differ. Thank you.
Thank you, Dima. Would anyone like to rebuttal that from Effat's side, or should we go to speaker 6? I can't hear you guys.
Yes, we didn't hear one actually.
Come again?
Yes.
Say that again. I can't hear you.
What Deepa said wasn't clear. We didn't hear well what she said actually. So that's why you can continue.
You didn't hear what Dima said?
It wasn't clear at all. So can we move to student number 6 from Effat?
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to stand here today and express my strong support for traditional classroom education. As we reach this point in the debate, I'd like to summarize the key ideas my teammates have shared and discussed. Also, invite you to reflect on one important question. Why does traditional classroom education remain essential in a digital age? Online learning may offer convenience and modern tools. On the other hand, traditional classroom education provides something far more valuable, real human connection. Inside the classroom, students can ask the question directly, get immediate feedback, and engage in meaningful discussions. These interactions help students develop confidence, critical thinking, and real communication skills that contribute to personal and professional growth. What makes classroom learning even more special is the non-verbal part of communication. Students not only learn from what teacher says, no, but also from how they speak, their tone, and their body language. All these details go unnoticed in virtual classes, but make a significant difference in understanding and behavior. And this is confirmed by a study by Education Week, which reported that 74% of students say that they feel they are more connected to teachers in person than online. And this is honestly a high percentage, which encourages us to choose in-person learning. Moreover, classrooms are better for staying focused. In home, distractions are everywhere. Phones, noise, and the comfort of being in your own space. But in school, the setting is structured and designed to help students concentrate and stay on task. Let's not forget how hands-on activities enhance learning, whether it's a science lab or a group assignment or a class presentation. These experiences make lessons more real and easier to understand. In conclusion, while online education can be a helpful supplement, it cannot replace the richness and depth of traditional classroom learning. It is the personal interaction, it is the structured environment, and the hands-on activities that make in-class education so effective and valuable. That's why I and many others stand proudly in support of traditional classroom learning. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for the conclusion, Effat University. All right, speaker 6, AOU, how would you like to conclude this?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is my voice
We can hear
clear
you.
to the Effat University?
Can you guys hear her clearly? Just give me a thumbs up. All
You
right,
hear
go ahead.
me? All right. Before arguing for my point that I wanted to mention, because no one from my colleagues has mentioned it, I would like to answer to my opponent that actually before coronavirus epidemic, traditional classrooms had a lot of activities that actually involved online learning, like online stuff. Like if you are familiar with Google Classroom, Kahoot, many other stuff. These same things can be used on online classrooms, right? If you remember them. Of course, most schools, especially in Saudi Arabia, don't allow to use gadgets inside the school. Still, teachers use this same stuff in their classroom, so it's basically the same thing. That's why it doesn't make much difference when it comes to activities. Next thing I wanted to argue about, because no one has mentioned it yet, it touches me not only as a student who prefers online learning, but also as an environment enthusiast. Online learning provides so much advantages for our environment because imagine this scenario. There's an exam, final, for example, MTA or final exam coming up. There will be 50 students in one classroom, which means 50 papers for class A, for example, and class B, class C, which means extra more 50 papers for each student for this to write their answers, only to be later examined by the teacher, eventually to be thrown away. So imagine the amount of trees that are being cut annually, only for the sake of being used twice, once to be written by to be completed by a student and then to be checked by the examiner or the professor. And it happens in schools, university, or whatever learning, any educational establishment in all around the world. Whether these trees are cut in our country or outside, it's really frustrating. Another thing that worth mentioning is that the fact that we don't need to use any transportations, and it's also very easy for people who cannot afford any sort of transportation. Maybe some can walk, but it's still like far away. And this, the fact that we don't have to use any transportation, it will be better for the environment in a way that we don't have to use these harmful gases and acids that affect the trees and the environment. Third thing is that, of course, we think about I'm sorry, when you go to school, usually people, even me, we don't care that much about the fact that we use too much water because it's not our facility. But in our house, especially if you're the one who pays for the water, you like care more about it. So you don't really care if you waste too much of it. So, and from that point, many learning facilities and establishments, it will be better for them to save more water, therefore waste water less, because people don't go to that building. They stay at their houses and study online. So, yeah, that's basically. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. Right. Did the Effat University want to say anything? All right. I believe this concludes the debate. All right. So
We still
thank you
have a
guys.
conclusion, if I may.
Go ahead. Follow it up.
Okay, for the conclusion.
Yeah.
After listening well and understanding our respectable opponents' points of view, and while we do appreciate and respect traditional learning, which has shaped generations of amazing academics and learners, we still don't think that it's the most suitable option for today's developing technology and urbanism. Online learning, with its flexibility and accessibility, is more suitable for this rapidly developing society we live in. Online learning is flexible in the sense that it allows students to continue their educational process without bounding them to a certain location. It's also flexible in the sense that it allows students to control their schedules. It's also accessible to a wider variety of different learners in the sense that, for example, by saving students with physical disabilities the troubles of commuting to and from the physical educational institution daily, also by saving the time consumed daily in commuting, it can allow students to manage two occupations at once, like studying and working a full-time job or studying for 2 degrees at the same time. Online learning also offers the skills that traditional learning does not really teach, like media literacy, self-dependency, self-discipline, self-motivation, and metacognitive skills. And while traditional learning does offer some helpful advantages like human connection and social skills, we don't think that these skills need to come together with learning and can be acquired elsewhere. In conclusion, while we do respect and appreciate the old ways, we think that in order to move forward and adapt with the rapid evolving society we live in, we have to be accepting of the new ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Dima.
I have a student here.
Go ahead.
To be honest, we can't hear each other well. This is one of the problems of online learning.
So you didn't hear any of that?
We did, but I'm not so clear. Yes, we have to hear them. And we can't solve the body language. Let's have the debate another time face to face.
Well, okay. I do think perhaps maybe next time you guys should join from your phones. I feel like it'd be more clear this way. But regardless, I'd like to thank everybody here for their participation, both the students from Effat University and, of course, the students from Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia. Aside from the technical differences, I really think you guys presented some good points and arguments that were both engaging and quite thought-provoking, if I may add. Now I'm going to be giving our three judges 3 minutes to make up their mind and privately submit their votes on who they think won this debate. Keep in mind that each judge will be asked to justify their vote after the winner has been announced. So timer starts now. All right, you guys, results are in. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Right. Effat University, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So the winner for tonight's debate is Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia. Big congratulations to AOU on winning today's debate, and hard luck to Effat University. Now, I'd like to pass the mic over to our judges to justify their votes. And I believe we'll be starting with Dr. Rania. So please go ahead.
Good evening. I hope that you can see me. Let me change the background of my cameras first. Okay. So, okay. First of all, thank you very much for the chance you have given me to be part of this activity. Both teams were great. They expressed well-organized argument, which reflect a great preparation and organization and language as well. So congratulations to both of you. Both of you had very, very logical argument and counter argument that reflect the debate we have these days all over the press and the media regarding this topic. So it's a very, very, very hot topic. I might have leaned towards AOU for the main reason was because they have given more attention to rebooting. They did not, whatever point was mentioned by their opponents was taken on board and responded to quite accurately in a way or another. They did not try to oversee it or not address it very clearly. The second point was that they were attentive to what their team has already stated, mentioned, and what they did not mention yet in order to overcome any slips here or there. Thank you very much. Congratulations to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rania. All right. Now, I'd like to pass the mic over to our second judge, Dr. Sina. Please go ahead.
Mr. Alaikum, good evening. Thank you, judge number one, for giving us the reasons and the arguments behind your decision. I honestly do not agree with your first reason, because how can you be more centered on traditional face-to-face teaching and then put an emphasis on robotics? Of course, a student that is really eager and encouraging the kind of face-to-face learning that gives the human component that the online teaching does not, is absent. Also, one of the students, I would like first of all to thank Dr. Nejda for putting me in the team of being a judge. I've been here for 21 years. I taught academic writing, and I really am impressed by both, but honestly more impressed by the English Academy students for supporting their arguments with real life examples. One of the students literally say I, which is really an example of how that arguments can be, and we encourage academic writing to students to use the experience from their own life. This is number one. Number two, I noticed that the other students had strong arguments, but sometimes they were lacking examples based on research. Some students would say there were thousands of studies that have been conducted, but name one, name one. Now, when it comes to safety and security, I'm sorry that I can mention several reports that have shown that bullying and hacking comes more often online than physically, because physically we have at Effat, for example, we have so many security guards. Every single room is like has its own team of security guards, so we don't see any bullying at Effat University. And also something that started very early in Canada when I was preparing my PhD is Canada was the first country to encourage students that have problems,
So students with special needs to become part of the normal classroom, because this will prepare them for their career, something that teaching online does not really, because it's all talking to machines. And from the academy, faculty encourage group work, because you know that in the Saudi culture, usually in high school, students are separated from boys. In the academy, we have started the Effat English Academy. Students have started to be placed together, and progressively they will learn how to work in groups. And this is excellent for the future. You see, also one student, Mashallah, mentioned Japan. Well, did you know that in countries like in Japan and Korea, the percentage of suicide is increasing day by day, if not month by month, because of the lack of human factor. This is very important. I honestly voted for the Urban English Academy because I felt that their arguments had strong support in terms of the research. Some of the students here, one did not provide any real life example as a support for the environment. But I agree that in terms of teamwork, yes, they support each other. This is what I need to say. So I would like again to thank you again. Inshallah, let's face to face the next time, and we will meet you.
Of course. Thank you, Dr. Sina, for your valuable insight. All right. Now, let's go over the third vote with Ms. Mashal. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me clearly. Yes, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for what they did. Effat University clearly did a very good research. They included studies and they did their the research part amazingly. But when it came to the rebuttal part, which is the core of the debate, which is the essence of any debate, I felt like they needed to improve it more and work on it more. And personally, before I joined this debate, I was always leaning toward educational classrooms because I personally prefer them. However, AOU team gave me like a very bigger picture of this argument. And I ended up changing my mind toward online learning because they taught me, they showed me this bigger picture of a different community, of different cultures, of people who suffer, of the environment that suffers every day because of us, and what this online learning experience is doing. So I would like to thank everyone again for their research. I would like to thank everyone for their research, their effort. Effat University, you're staying in campus, which is, again, a great effort. It shows your dedication, your hard work. However, again, I said I lean toward AOU, although in the beginning, I favored classical classrooms or educational classrooms because personally I prefer them, but this is a collective experience where personal experience is not or should not be included in this choice because education is a right to everyone and keeping the environment clean, again, is also a duty for us. Thank you.
Thank you for your valuable insight, Ms. Mashal. All right, and I believe that concludes our votes and their justification for this debate. Congrats again to Arab Open University, Saudi Arabia on the win. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight. I hope everyone had a great time here. That's it from me. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening.
Mr. Ahmed, if I may, please.
Please, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, good evening, everyone. This is Fatma Shakawi, the Dean of the Faculty of Language Studies at AOU, Arab Open University. I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Sameh, Dr. Rania, Ms. Masha'il, Dr. Sana, and Dr. Najla for organizing such a great debate this evening, and also for being here as a part of the jury members. Thank you so much for your great effort. I would like also to extend my sincere gratitude for our great student in Effat University and at AOU University. This is a great effort. Your voices are being heard. and you have a really good commitment for your topics. You are delivering your message very clearly, and also you are changing minds as what happened with Ms. Mashal tonight. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. All right. I believe this concludes things. Dr. Sameh, did you have anything else that you'd like to add here?
Yeah, can you guys hear me? Thank you so much for the for this thought-provoking and interesting debate. I really enjoyed it very much, and I'm so proud of my kids. Thank you so much.
And also, thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed, for being with us today and for having really good conversation with all members here. Thank you.
Of course, of course. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Ahmed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Dr. Nagla, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I just thank you and thank my students. I'm proud of them actually. So taking this opportunity and speaking out loud and the critical thinking that they showed, the research that they conducted, everything they did, actually I'm proud of them. And inshallah next time we'll be the winners. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much. So proud of you all.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Salam alaikum. Bye.
Alaikum salam.
Bye-bye.
Salam alaikum. Bye-bye, everyone. Salam alaikum.